a flashback. I hope this wasn't the case because the last time I did anything psychedelic, I stripped naked and streaked the upstate campus of New Paltz College in broad daylight through 2 dorms, a jam-packed gymnasium, and the campus food court at high noon. A repeat of that deed with my current body would be a highly regrettable act.
Great. See, this is great humor. If you had to crystallize what your passion is in writing, what really drives you, this inner private Holly, what is it? It's a hard question, I know.
It is. Well, it is because I don't really think of it. I have always written from the time I was little until now. It's just nobody noticed I was any good until now. I like words. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I love words, and I love how you can form them and put them together. And this is fun writing, but there are some things that I write that are just beautiful and pieced together, and it flows, and it just has a cadence to it. And I guess it's an artistic, it's an art form, and I think that's what I like.
So this is like writing, like if you. A piano player who's very good at it.
Well, I also play piano. I also make porcelain dolls. I'm a very creative person in a number of different outlets.
And this is a part of your
it's creative, and I think that's what I like about it. What I also like about it is when something I write touches somebody for some reason or another. And for an example, if I can do this, I had received a letter from a gentleman who had bought the book with his wife, and they were elderly. And unfortunately, they were going to read it on vacation. Unfortunately, before...
Tell me, they had sex and he died.
No. But unfortunately, before they got to read the book, his wife died. And so he wrote me to say that he read the book alone after she had passed. And he wanted me to know how much it helped him, how much the book meant to him. It was a book that was had so much love and heart to it. In addition to it just being overall funny, there was really heart to it, and it helped him heal. And I've had a couple of other people say that to me. So I guess, in a way, you want to feel that your writing touches somebody in some way.
Yeah, that's how I feel about my books. I'm hoping that they're inspirational to young girls. That young girls will see this as not so much a role model, but as, because she's like a Nancy Drew character, but she's very updated Nancy Drew. Nancy was perfect. And I want girls to look at her and say, she's smart, she's clever, she's strong. If she can do it, I can do it.
Exactly.
And if I find that message coming back to me, it means all the world to me. So, yeah, I think that for me, that's part of writing. I like telling a story.
Yes.
I just like telling a story. I mean, I could go and have dinner with a friend tonight and tell him the story about, my interview with you or the drive out here. I like to relate a story. That's the fun part to me.
No, that's
I'm not so much a wordsmith, but I like to tell a story. And I did hear, I thought this was very interesting about the English language, is that the English language of all languages has so many different words for the same thing. There's such a wealth of words in this language that it's really wonderful to write in English.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Well, I'd have trouble in any other language, so I guess I'm grateful
Since
under
we're
any
stuck with
circumstances.
only one language, I guess, that's what it would be.
But yeah, no, I love to take words and piece them together, like the short story that I had done, Nadia. I had also written a short story called Of Mermaids and Dolphins that I just think are just beautiful stories. They're not funny, but they're just beautiful.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that sometimes when I read something that just sounds pieced together so well.
Yeah, well, you're a writer then. So marketing.
Ugh.
Are you a marketer?
Ugh.
Oh, I hate marketing. We all do.
It's so difficult because the market is changing so rapidly, and I don't know that anybody knows how to keep up with this right now, and that's the truth. It's hard because the big box bookstores truly are not there anymore. I mean, you really don't have very much left, and now it's online, and it's Kindle, and it's purchasing online, and people
Digital
don't get to walk
audio.
into a store and go like this anymore, and
I know.
it's hard. It's hard. It's difficult. And then how do you get the word out to people? I have a pretty strong following on Long Island, but now how do I get it off of Long Island?
That's
you know,
right,
and,
yeah.
and try to get it further across the country.
You can have a blog, you can have a Facebook page, you can do
Yes.
Twitter, you can do Harrow, you can do all of those things, but if nobody sees it,
Exactly.
and then you do all these, gymnastics to get a high Google rating, and what does that mean? It is very difficult, and I think for me, the internet is a vast sea of possibilities, but there's so many possibilities, it becomes confusing after a while.
Yeah, it does become confusing, and the results from what you're getting are not always tangible. You're not always sure what you're getting from that. I am still a big believer that, mailing letters and making phone calls and things like that.
Personal
are,
contact.
Yes.
Yeah.
But time consuming. How do you do that? And how do you hit up all of the libraries or all of the stores or, in any given
It's
area?
time consuming, and I mean,
It's very
that's
hard.
my project for this school year, is to visit every middle school library on Long Island. Do you know what my dream is? My dream is, and I don't know if this will ever happen, is to have a little cafe where I serve tea and coffee and little sandwiches and nice little pastries, and I constantly have an author there talking about their books. I would, boy,
That's a
what
wonderful idea.
What I would
Yeah.
I would love to do, because the bookstores are gone.
Yes.
I mean, there still are bookstores, but they're not
Yeah,
many
but
of
for
them.
all intents and
But
purposes.
to combine that with the entertainment aspect and the ability to go in and meet with an author and whatnot. And the only problem with that, again, is the advertising. How do you get people to know it's there?
Yeah.
You have to become best of Long Island. You have to get somebody to write a story about you.
That's right.
And
yeah.
these are all very difficult.
No, you're right. It is.
So
it's hard.
what are your words of wisdom to our audience? We have about a minute left.
Oh, wow.
Do you
I don't
think
have
it's
any
luck?
words of wisdom.
Do you think it's luck or hard work or what
I think
combination?
it's a combination. I mean, you do have to kind of put the pieces into place so that you've got a good, solid product, so that if something does come knocking at your door, you are prepared. And you do have to work at it. But there's that luck component too. I mean, you could be the greatest writer in the world and never get, quote, discovered. So I have no words of wisdom. After I sell,
Oh, you've had many words of wisdom. You've had many words of wisdom.
a lot more books. Maybe I'll have some.
Yeah, no, I think I love your books.
Thank you
And
very
it was
much.
great
I
to have
appreciate
you, and I hope to see the third book come out. And
So do
then
I.
maybe someday we'll meet at that cafe.
That would be very nice. I would love that.
Thank you, Holly.
All right, thanks.